What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking High Speed Riders in this video. And originally I wasn't actually that excited for this set. I mean, it had a couple of things here and there, but as the set has now been full spoiled, you know, the release date is pretty much like a few days from now. I'm actually looking at this set and I'm like, you know what, it's not actually half bad. In fact, I mean, if somebody wanted to buy, you know, a booster box of this because they were a fan of one of the archetypes in here, I could totally see it. Now, you know, I'm not gonna say that this is going to be anything like the Secret Forces, where it's kind of like a mini booster set and damn near everything in the Secret Forces was just out of this world good. You had 3 archetypes, they all could instantly top regionals. One of them became the best deck in the game, and even outside of that, like the reprints were just amazing, like Abyss Dweller and stuff like that. And even the cards that were even hard, like the cards that weren't even hard to get in the Secret Forces, it was kind of nice having like hollow versions. But when I look at the High Speed Riders, excuse me, yeah, there's some bad in here. I don't think the Goyo cards are gonna do much of anything. I don't really think that the Speedroids are gonna do much of anything either. But when you look at the Red Dragon Archfiend cards, like, they're really good. I don't know if you guys have ever had like Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss summoned on you or Bane, but like they're really difficult to kill. And then we have 2 amazing reprints that the game has needed for quite some time. Definitely Trishula. Trishula more than anything, actually, even more than Emergency Teleport, because Trishula, well, you might as well consider the DT copies to not even exist, because it's really hard to get anybody to even trade them, let alone go out and buy them. I mean, nobody's trying to drop over $100 on one card. But the Hidden Arsenal version, you know, that was what, like 2009 when they released Trishula. So Trishula was in desperate need of a reprint, especially considering it just got unbanned. And then we always know that Konami hasn't printed enough emergency teleports. For some reason, every time they print emergency teleport, it's either a secret or an ultra. That trend obviously still continues. I don't think we're ever going to see a common copy, but with the release of the Cosmos, obviously, you know, that deck, like anybody who was interested in playing Cosmos needed 3 more copies of emergency teleport. And now with the Psy-frames, you're probably gonna need 3 more copies than that too. And then, you know, we had the Ritual Beast, where you needed copies of, you know, emergency teleport for that deck. It seems like the decks that need emergency teleport are so far and in between that it kind of gives credence for the card to like get expensive again, and then people were like, holy crap, we need that card, but there's no way to find it because it's out of print. So I think that this set actually does have some really good cards in it, and I think that the Psy-frames, I have played the deck a couple. I've played against a couple the deck a couple of times. Let me specify. I played against the deck a couple of times on stream. It's actually pretty dirty. You know what I think it's going to be very similar to? I think it's going to be very similar to like Ritual Beast, where originally it is very undervalued. It's very underplayed because the deck has, from what I've seen, the deck's learning curve isn't very low. Like it's not the easiest deck to play. But I think that Psy-frames, because, you know, like the monsters can banish themselves and then shit comes back and you got to make sure you do it at the right time and whatnot. But I think Psy-frames are going to be a deck that can potentially make some noise. I think they're obviously better than Speedroids, and I think that it's a deck where people are just going to have to find the right build, and then you'll start seeing the deck top regionals. I don't know necessarily if it'll start topping YCSs, but when I add all that up, I got good Red Eyes cards. We got a really good archetype coming out of this set. We have 2 reprints that we've needed for a very long time at Trishula and Emergency Teleport. And, you know, some of the commons aren't terrible. You know, some of them are just maybe a little redundant, like Mystical Space Typhoon and, you know, Evac Device. Like, I mean, how many times have these cards been reprinted? But, you know, you got Card in here and Krebon. So, you know, there's some decent cards. I don't think the commons are really what are going to drive this set. Even the rare Pot of Duality is not that hard. I think things like the Black Moonlight Dragon, the Spark Dragon, the Red Eyes cards, or the Red Wyvern, the Hot Red Dragon cards, the Psy-frames. I think that those are going to be the cards that drive this set. So I mean, about half of the set is pretty good, and then yeah, like the Goyo and the Speedroid, you can just throw those cards in the garbage. So let me know what you guys think. This is probably a set that people aren't going to be super positive on, but I think it's like way better than what most people think. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always.